After the events of the Arkham War, the villains of Gotham City found themselves free to roam the streets once again. Under the cover of darkness, Bane and his men approached Blackgate Prison through the sewer system. Normally, these sewers were electrified, but due to a lack of power, they were rendered ineffective. Bane and his men had been planning this operation for some time, aware of the layout of Blackgate. Upon entering the prison, Bane discovered the villains engaged in fierce battles amongst themselves. Meanwhile, Commissioner Gordon stood with a detective in Gotham City, frustrated by the lack of news from Blackgate. The city had already suffered the loss of the Justice League, and Gordon couldn't help but express his exasperation, muttering, "What is it about this city?" In the streets, the police clashed with Bane's mercenaries, while the citizens wondered about Bane's motives and his return. In a hospital, a frightened patient ran for his life, pursued by Big and his men. Suddenly, a mysterious figure intervened, uttering the chilling words, "Goodbye, Big." This figure revealed that Big had been targeting the hospital, but their fun would soon come to an end with Bane's arrival. Big, however, refused to serve under Scarecrow's command to face Bane. Scarecrow warned Big that war could engulf them at any moment and urged him to cause chaos. Meanwhile, inside Blackgate, Bane ruthlessly fought and defeated the villains, leaving them in fear. He demanded the presence of the prison employees, who initially resisted, claiming they knew him. Bane clarified that he had no interest in dealing with prisoners and asked, "Who wants to be free?" One employee recommended another, citing his family, and Bane snapped the man's neck, demanding to know more secrets. The employees led Bane to a massive metal door, warning him that what lay behind it was more dangerous than any weapon they possessed. Bane, with his unmatched strength, broke through the door and discovered the Talons inside. Seeing them as the perfect weapon to free Gotham, he decided to utilize their power. Meanwhile, at the Iceberg Casino, Penguin and Scarecrow discussed the impending war against Bane. Scarecrow emphasized the danger Bane posed without Batman to stop him. Frustrated, Penguin demanded that Scarecrow fulfill his duty and put an end to Bane. Penguin acknowledged his family's role in defending Gotham during the Civil War and stressed the need for supervision and control to maintain civilization. As a result, all the bridges in Gotham were destroyed to prevent Bane's forces from entering or leaving the city. Back at Big's hospital, Big sadistically tormented a patient, claiming that pain cleansed the soul. However, his speech was interrupted by Bane, who declared that what Big believed to be under his control now belonged to him. Bane asserted that he would use Big to spread his message, stating, "There is no firepower left but me, no authority left but me, no hope left but me. There is no Batman, only Bane." The scene ended with Big lying on the ground, severely injured. Meanwhile, in the streets of Gotham, a furious war raged between Bane's venomized army and the Man-Bat army. In an ice cream truck nearby, Jordan and the detective discussed the prolonged power outage. Jordan explained that the darkness made it easier for them to gather food, as they needed to stock up. Penguin approached Bane, carrying the bodies of his men who had been killed by the Man-Bat. He apologized for their deaths and walked alongside Bane, discussing Scarecrow's visits to Penguin. Penguin expressed fear and apprehension towards Bane, but Bane acknowledged Penguin's self-interest and admired his understanding that cities are ruled by self-interest. Bane believed that he and Penguin were alike, as they both recognized the necessity of sacrifice for victory. He explained his intention to bring order to the chaotic city and asked Penguin for information. In return, Penguin requested the capture of a man named Emperor Penguin, to which Bane agreed. Penguin then informed Bane about the danger faced by his Talons in the Black Gate, revealing that it was part of Scarecrow's plan. Bane left to protect the Talons, while Penguin approached Jordan and the detective in the ice cream truck. He proposed that they take advantage of the ongoing battle between Bane's and Scarecrow's men to save their friends. Inside the Black Gate, a fierce fight erupted between the Arkham and Blackgate fighters. Jordan and the detective disguised themselves as Blackgate prisoners and found Agatha. They freed her from her metal chains amidst the chaos. Agatha expressed concern for their crew, but Jordan assured her that they would find a way to rescue everyone later. Meanwhile, on the top of the Blackgate ceiling, Scarecrow commanded the Man-Bat army and instructed them to fly with the Talons. He urged them to hurry, as the battle inside the Blackgate was not going well. Suddenly, Bane leaped over Scarecrow, causing the Man-Bat to order a swift retreat with the Talons. However, Bane managed to grab hold of the Batwing and took one of the Talons with him as he walked away. Along his path, Bane discovered a friend of Jordan's who had been knocked out. Spotting Jordan attempting to escape with Agatha and the detective, he approached them, carrying their friend's body. Bane handed the unconscious friend to them, stating that he too could play different roles, which Jordan reluctantly accepted. In an unknown location, the Bats arrived with the Talons for Dr. Freeze to examine. However, Dr. Freeze was confused because he was told there were 8 Talons, but now one of them was missing. The Mad Hatter replied, "You still have your army, minus just one." Meanwhile, near Wayne Tower, Killer Croc was carrying an injured Scarecrow and heading towards the tower. Scarecrow wished that everyone had the same spirit as Killer Croc and offered him Wayne Tower as a prize, a place for Croc and his followers. However, Croc explained that he had his own kingdom below the city and didn't like the surface. Scarecrow replied, "This is a strategic position, my friend, and we need you to stop Bane as he seeks to halt progress." Croc agreed. Meanwhile, in the streets of Gotham, amidst the ongoing fight, some of Bane's soldiers were asked by an innocent family to leave the city. When a soldier tried to hit them, it turned out to be Clayface, who attacked the soldiers. However, Emperor Penguin froze Clayface, only to be attacked by Poison Ivy. Bane then appeared, holding Ivy and breaking her back. He freed Emperor Penguin and knocked him out, intending to take him to Penguin. Penguin explained that they had a deal to help each other win. Bane carried Penguin and angrily asked, "Where are my Talons?" Penguin explained that Scarecrow was with Killer Croc in Wayne Tower, and that he had heard people were not afraid of Bane because he wasn't Batman, stating that Arkham had seen worse. Bane left for Blackgate, ignoring the injured soldiers scattered around. He went to the basements and started working on something. His own Batman suit. Meanwhile, in Wayne Tower, Killer Croc was holding a meeting with his followers, discussing his plans to rule the surface just as they had ruled the underground. However, his speech was abruptly interrupted when Bane, disguised as Batman, smashed through the window and confronted Croc. Bane challenged him, and despite Croc's attempt to hold his ground, Bane's strength proved overwhelming. Bane used the metal bat signal to knock Croc down, then grabbed him and threw him off Wayne Tower. This incident demonstrated that Croc had been overestimated as the strongest of the Arkham fighters. Then Bane went to the Talon he saved, introducing the Talon as William Cobb. He explained that the Court of Owls had discarded him and that he had been asleep for a long time. Now it was time for him to wake up as Gotham needed him. Bane held him in the air, shouting, "Wake up!" Suddenly, William hit Bane in the face with his legs, freeing himself. Bane remained patient, realizing that William's warrior blood had driven him to attack. William revealed that he knew Bane's name, and Bane invited him to join forces to make Gotham right. Bane then led William through the Blackgate, explaining that he and the other Talons had been asleep for a long time and that everything had changed. William inquired about the location of the other Talons, and Bane explained that they had been captured by Arkham rats who intended to control them. William declared that he wanted to free them, donned his mask, and prepared for the fight. Bane and William ventured out into the city to battle the others. In the streets, Firefly used his fire abilities on Bane's men, stating that they should have surrendered when they had the chance. Meanwhile, the Mad Hatter asked Firefly to burn, but Firefly dismissed him, highlighting his uselessness and the need for constant protection. Suddenly, one of Bane's men stabbed Firefly, killing him. A sumo warrior attacked the assailant and leaped over him. Bane and William arrived, and Bane ordered William to kill anything associated with Arkham. William jumped and kicked the sumo warrior, then used Firefly's body to burn the sumo fighter. He drew his swords and joined the fight. Chaos ensued as everyone fought, resulting in numerous casualties among Bane's men. One of the Arkham fighters claimed that artificial strength couldn't overpower natural strength, emphasizing that true strength comes from patience. William retorted, fighting and kicking everyone, stating that none of the Arkham soldiers truly understood the meaning of patience. He elaborated that having Arkham was a bad idea, known by the Court of Owls, and declared that it must be extinguished. Bane requested the Talon to accompany him, revealing that he had found what they had been searching for. In a narrow street, a child ran with bread for his ill mother, pursued by a thief with a gun demanding payment. Bane intervened, attacking the thief and breaking his back. William took the bread and gave it to the child's mother. Bane assured her that they would be protected and urged them to go to Wayne Tower, promising that everything would change and that everyone was welcome. He handed the child's mother a gun, stating, "Gotham will guard Gotham." William questioned Bane's intention to rule Gotham, but Bane clarified that he aimed to free it and give authority to the Court of Owls. In return, he would empower some Talons with his venom. Meanwhile, beneath the streets, people rushed to Wayne Tower for safety. Scarecrow and his men worked on awakening their Talons, with Scarecrow explaining that they were superpowered soldiers ready for war. Dr. Freeze mentioned that the process was almost complete. The Talons were awakened, and Scarecrow planned to direct them towards Bane, ordering them to reclaim Scarecrow City. East Gotham shoreline. Jordan is there with his men, helping the injured cops to escape the city. He emphasized that they must move fast, and once everyone is on the boats, he told Agatha that he will be back to Gotham to save more people. Meanwhile, in the Gotham streets, the Talons are out, and they are killing all Bane's men, kicking and cutting through everything with their swords. Meanwhile, Bane was dressing his metal bat suite and getting ready for the fight. Meanwhile, the Talons were fighting and killing everyone. They are not even affected by gunshots. Bane arrived and hold the sword of a Talon and stab him with it, claiming that he doesn't want this war to stop. Another Talon kicked Bane, but Bane hold a fire hydrant and hit the Talon with it, then held the Talon and put his face into the water, hoping that the water will wake him up, and then saw other two Talons coming for him, so he called William asking for a vehicle. William arrived on a horse with a spare horse for Bane, and they both run away. And we can see that the Talons are still under the control of Scarecrow. They threw arrows and knives at Bane and his horse, which caused the horse to fall down. Bane was heavily injured, but he stood up and claimed that he was waiting to meet all the Talons. The Talons started attacking him. They were overpowering him and almost killed him. Then suddenly William came and asked Bane to stay down and attacked all the Talons with chopper blade attack technique using his sword, and explained that these injuries from his attack will be enough to help the Talons to be free from the mind control Scarecrow has on them. Then William offered Bane help, but Bane refused as he always work and stand alone, and then he left. Meanwhile in Arkham, Scarecrow is standing in a wondering if Talon's mind control trick failed, as it has been hours, and none of the Talons are back with the news. Explaining that the Talon's strategy was depending on so much moving parties, but this time, he will make sure that everything is going to be different, and he went down to prepare some venom. Then he invited all Arkham villains, explained that he got Bane venom. Everyone was shocked, asking what venom, and they all refused to drink. Drink Scarecrow offered them, claiming that their main power is their minds, and that he misunderstood them as they wanted defeat. Bane not become Bane, but Scarecrow revealed that the venom was in the air of the room already. Everyone was infected and turning into a stronger form, and he shouted at them, "We will kill Bane." Meanwhile, heavily injured, Bane returns to Blackgate and asserts his superiority over Batman. He decides to take the opportunity to heal himself, using fire to cauterize his wounds. At the same time, William brings the Talons to Blackgate, explaining that they will heal slowly but will recover soon. With the Talons under their control, victory seems assured. However, the Arkham villains launch an attack on Blackgate, killing Bane's men. William dons his mask and prepares to fight, but is taken aback by the villain's enhanced physical abilities. Pig attempts to devour him, but William manages to throw him aside. He is shot by another member, but his suit proves bulletproof. Clayface tries to absorb William from behind, but Bane intervenes, questioning Scarecrow about the source of the venom. Scarecrow calls for Man-Bat, who carries Bane away. Scarecrow instructs the others to follow him to the helicopters, as they intend to pursue Bane. During the journey, Bane decides not to fight back and waits to see where Man-Bat is taking him. They arrive at Arkham, where Scarecrow declares that Bane underestimated them and will now die. Bane retorts that it takes more than the venom to become like him. They attack him, but Bane reveals that they must kill him before the venom's effects wear off. He proclaims, "Let there be victory this night," and smashes Man-Bat to the ground. Using a freeze gun, he freezes the villains, causing them pain due to their tainted blood. Bane explains that he has developed a strong will to overcome the pain. Penguin arrives to congratulate Bane on his victory. With the Arkham villains defeated and the Talons under his control, Bane now claims ownership of Gotham. In the Batcave, Alfred was sitting when suddenly the dog became nervous and ran towards someone, leaving Alfred afraid and confused. He asked, "Who is there?" Meanwhile, in Gotham City, the Talons were watching over the city. A car with men inside, carrying supplies, food, and drinks, called out to people to come and buy from them. They were selling everything at high prices, even accepting a Rolex in exchange for a bottle of water. However, their activities were interrupted when Bane arrived and effortlessly lifted one of them, breaking his back and throwing him away. This act revealed that the people's power was no longer suppressed, and they were ready to rise against the darkness. As Bane walked through the city, everyone looked on in astonishment at his display of power. William approached him and informed him that the satellites were working again, indicating that the mainland army was on its way. William expressed doubt about their ability to handle an army, but Bane reassured him, stating that the Talons themselves were an army. He instructed William to gather everyone at Wayne Tower. Amidst this chaos, a child approached Bane, seeking help for his mother who needed medicine. Bane advised the boy to bury her and never ask for anyone's help again. Meanwhile, the Talons were keeping a watchful eye on Scarecrow, discussing the Court of Owls and the army that the president was sending to the city. They attempted to take Scarecrow to Bane as he had requested, but suddenly they were frozen in place. Scarecrow was then hung upside down by a string, screaming, "He is back!" An officer noticed this and called for backup. In another part of the city, a Talon on a bike was conversing with a family when suddenly, the Batmobile collided with him. Shortly after, someone froze the Talon, leaving the family amazed by the mysterious events unfolding around them. Meanwhile, in Wayne Tower, Bane injected himself with a large dose of venom, preparing for the impending war. Suddenly, a frozen Talon body was thrown at him through the window. Bane was furious with Batman for lifting the city, but Batman reminded him of the strange sense of protection he had. Bane pushed Batman through the window, attempting to hit him and demand gratitude. However, Batman revealed that he preferred to put Bane down and kicked him in the face. Using his gun, Batman shot a string to the wall, and Bane attacked again, trying to drag Batman down with him. Batman used his leg to push Bane away, causing him to land safely on the ground. Bane declared that he did not fear Batman, but Batman descended from the sky, striking him with his hands. Bane retaliated with a large metal object, but Batman skillfully dodged the first hit. He threw bat rings at Bane's face, kicked him, and then used a statue to strike Bane's head. Finally, Batman delivered a powerful blow that knocked Bane down. Now, Bane is imprisoned in Arkham, undergoing detoxification.